Good morning, everybody. Welcome in Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on ESPN Radio, the Golf Talk Radio Network. So glad you guys are with us on this first Saturday of 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, I said it correctly. I can't tell you how many times 6 days into the new year I've already written 2017.
I don't think I've written either yet.
You haven't written either?
Is this mic on?
It should be.
Oh, okay.
You might want to put it a little bit
How's
closer
that?
to you. Is that better?
No, I don't hear me.
You hear you now?
Do you hear me now?
I hear you.
I hear it now.
There we go.
There we go.
See a little volume action there.
That was good radio, wasn't it?
It is excellent. Excellent radio.
2017, I was thinking of that, yesterday, the day before, thinking like when I was 20 years old, and somebody would say, what's it going to be like in 2017, 18?
Oh.
I would have gone, I'm not going to live that long, let alone know what it's going to be like.
I used to think about that all the time. I go, yep, 2020, I'll be 50 years old.
And it's not that different.
And now here it is.
Except we got internet.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. And you guys have probably figured it out by now, but Mr. Dave Shamandle's in Billy Gibbs' chair across the board here, and he's filling in for Mr. Gibbs, which happy birthday to Billy Gibbs.
Yes.
To Mr. Gibbs. He's off in Scottsdale, Arizona, having some fun, posting some pictures, different things like that, hanging out with his lovely wife, Josie, probably having a great time. So
I hope he is.
yeah, happy birthday to Mr. Gibbs. And Dave, thank you for coming in and filling in on his shoes, which is a tall order.
Oh, thank you.
For sure. You do a great job. And I want to let you guys know what we're going to do today. As we mentioned, obviously it's 2018, so we thought, golf resolutions and versus golf goals. Talk about what you think. I actually perused the internet.
You perused.
And found many different people posting their golf goals, and I thought it was really interesting. So I thought we'd discuss a little bit about that and what people are saying and what you can do out there. Makes me think about what I could do for 2018 that I definitely didn't do in 2017. And I'm sure, Dave, you'll have some feelings on that as well. We have top of the hour. We're going to have a live report from the Century Tournament of Champions over in Hawaii for the PGA Tour. Our one and only Nikki Anderson is over there, as she does every year. She's a walking score. And
she's doing that again?
She was with Xander Schauffele a couple days ago. And Xander, his
Does he
caddy.
still have the same caddy?
Has the same caddy. And his caddy's father, Robert Kaiser, is actually over at the event.
Oh, did he go over?
The tour, I
good.
found
Good
out,
for him.
pays for everything for the families to come over.
Oh, how nice.
I mean, how cool is that? So Bob's over there. He plays up at Paso Robles Golf Club all the time. And Nikki being from the Central Coast and Xander and his caddy kind of being around the Central Coast. Mm-hmm. They had a long talk during the Pro-Am about Central Coast golf and all that
Very
stuff.
cool.
So pretty cool. I don't know who Nikki drew for the weekend here for the actual tournament yet, but it should be interesting to find out. So she'll have about 10, 15 minutes to talk with us while she's on the way to do her thing, because it's 3 hours earlier there in Hawaii. So 9 o'clock our time, I guess 6 o'clock Hawaii time. But she'll be calling in.
Yeah, I remember when we went to Hawaii, I said I'd call in. And when I woke up, I went, well, that's a little late.
That didn't happen. And I don't blame you. I wouldn't blame you at all. Then also we have the one and only Jim DeLobby is going to call in, and he's going to talk a little bit about the golf resolutions and goals for 2018. We're going to make our 2018 major picks for the majors. So those 4 majors, the Masters, the U.S. Open, the British Open, the PGA Championship. And we'll see what we all come up with. And I'm sure there will be a question about maybe like how many times do you think Tiger will win this year? That kind of thing. You have to ask the question. It's all over the place.
I think he'll win twice as many tournaments as that he won last year.
You think so?
Maybe 3 times.
I think that's a good bet.
Yeah.
I think that's a good bet. And an interesting article in Golf Digest. We're going to ask Dave during Clubbing with Dave today. Is a club fitting with a tour player or a long drive champion or competitor, is it the same as with an amateur golfer? Do you do the exact same thing, or is it not? And we aren't going to answer that yet. We'll wait.
That's a tough question.
And I figured it would be, but again, you're the one who knows what that's like. I've never fit a tour player before. I've never fit anybody of that caliber before. So it'll be an interesting question. But the phone number here is 805 595-3776. You can call anytime. We'll have McPhee's gift cards to give away around to golf to Paso Robles Golf Club. I want to let you know that Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy is sponsored by Health IQ, an insurance company that helps health-conscious people like runners, cyclists, weightlifters, and vegetarians get lower rates on their life insurance. Go to healthiq.com/golf talk to support the show and see if you qualify. And we thank them for partnering with Golf Talk Radio. So jumping into the morning BM, I was driving down. I'm trying to think of, what the heck has been going on and all that. And I think that my morning BM just has to do with golf. It has to do with getting out there and being involved and being active and playing. And I know we say that, Billy and I have said that every year, but good job in the beginning. If you're a professional and you're listening to this show or a golf industry professional of any kind, you know how it starts slow and it ramps up and then it kind of falters off. Or if the weather's good, maybe it doesn't. At least if you're on the West Coast, if you're on the East Coast, right now
they're not playing a lot.
They're not playing a lot of golf, but
right now, yeah.
But I think for well-being purposes and thinking about just life in general, and I went to Cal Poly under a recreation administration degree, which was like a recreational business degree. But one of the things they did when I was at Cal Poly that I always thought was fascinating, and it now carries on to my wife, who's a teacher. We had a wellness wheel that we did at Cal Poly, and it take the 4 sections of your life, whether you call it heart, mind, body, soul. Yeah. All right, you could call it other things too, and you answer questions, and you it fills out a wheel, and or it makes like points on a grid, and then you connect those points, and it'll show you the 4 sections whether you're well-rounded or whether you got a lopsided tire.
What your strengths are or whatever, yeah.
And
when I went to Cal Poly, I was a recreation major too.
Were you?
Yeah. I didn't get a degree in recreation, but I did a lot of recreating.
That's what San Luis is all about, right? But I guess my point with this whole thing is here I have a college degree in this, and every year I say I'm going to move forward and do this. But every year my wellness wheel gets out of round. Now,
Mike,
some things in life does that happens, right?
I've been watching you the last few years.
Yeah.
You're pretty well-rounded.
Yeah, but there's things where I think what I'm referring to too is the priority part of life in general. Whether you're a father, whether you're a mother, whether you manage a business, whether you're a volunteer, whatever you do in life. And I think when I look at my wellness wheel, the part, and I'm proud of this, and I'm not, the part that has kind of gotten the oblong and gotten the short end of the stick is my recreating has disappeared. And that's what I really realized, and what actually disappeared in 2017, whereas it was there in the beginning of the year of 2017, was the going out and playing golf, was the going out and actually like recreating, like going fishing, like going to the beach, like going, it started out really good and then it goes down. And then I think for me, just using myself as an example, that develops a mood, that develops a feel, that develops how you progress and everything else in your life. I mean,
you bet.
I went and saw my daughter plays for Paso Robles High School basketball for the girls team, and I went and saw her first game Tuesday.
Uh-huh. How'd she do?
She did great. They did great.
Good.
But that was the first game I saw. They've been playing since October. So that's the first game that I saw.
Time to make some more time for you.
Yeah, so that's what I'm getting at. And I think the way to tie this back around the golf is this last week, because the weather has been so nice, I don't, just a lot of lessons going on. People had work off, and the weather's great. Feels like summer. A lot of lessons going on, not just with me, but just at the facility at Paso. And everybody wants to improve, but every time I talk to somebody, they're not taking any time to improve.
They take a lesson.
They take a lot. You summed it up perfectly.
But,
and I think we just all get we get caught up in life. We get caught up in the wheel, and the wheel kind of wears down in a certain spot. In other spots it doesn't, or maybe you're perfectly round in the balance of life, right? But it's funny to me, and I just mentioned it. I had a really long talk with a good friend of mine who came back for a lesson. I hadn't seen him in about a year and a half. And we were talking, and then I brought up the point. I'm like, well, you're taking lessons, you're spending money. And, I know this is recreating, is taking a lesson, but you've told me your goals, and you told me where you want to go. And if you do want to do that, like really want to do that, and you really want to be well-rounded in your golf game, this is what you need to do to get where you want to go. I'm not saying that you have to spend 5 days a week. I'm not saying all that, but realistic goals.
You have to put in some time.
You got to put in something, right? Otherwise, you come back to the next lesson, and if you didn't put anything in, you're really either right back where you started or you're backwards, even back behind that.
I had a lesson like that, 2 weeks ago. Good player, about a 4 handicap, and he was having problems with his swing a little bit. And so we set up a lesson and saw a couple of things, nothing major, but things that needed work and the type of thing you need repetitions to ingrain it into your swing. And he got done with the lesson. He was on the first tee in about 12 minutes when we were done.
Wow.
And I said, you might not want to go out right now. And he came in and complained that he played poorly. And I said, well, it's going to be that way. You got to put in the time. You're exactly right.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's not easy when life moves as fast as it moves, and especially with all the technology now and everything else, to kind of step outside of yourself and really critique yourself and really be honest with yourself and go, are you getting everything out of your golf game? Are you getting everything out of everything in life that you want to get out of it? And being really honest with yourself about it. It's hard being honest with your golf game. I mean, some people are, but other times it's really difficult. Like when being in the industry, it's really hard when you've played, like for you and I have played for a long time. We've both reached certain peaks in our games, and sometimes those peaks stay there, and we're nowhere near that. We're nowhere near that peak, and so then the problem with that too is that your brain is having this expectation that was of something that was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago,
50 years ago.
50 years ago, and then
I played better 50 years ago than I do now.
And you step on the tee with that expectation, instead of just playing the game. And it's fascinating to me. So that's my, I guess, self-introspection of where I'm at and what my goal is, and to go to moving forward.
Well, let's get you out recreating.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, like I used to play golf like every Monday.
I mean, you work at a golf course, you should play every day, don't you?
Yeah. Well, it's so funny. Do you get that too?
Everybody thinks it.
Yeah.
But it makes it tough, and even you get off and you say, well, I could go play a couple of holes, but you're tired.
Yeah.
And you want to kick back. But if you go play a couple of holes, you're going to get re-energized and ready to go. But for some reason, we don't do it.
Yeah.
We find something else to do.
I was in a good rhythm there the first 4 or 5 months of last year. I was doing that, and then in the summer,
I remember you were
shut off in the summer. But it's I think it's one of those, when you're in the golf industry, one of the reasons you're in the industry is you love the game of golf. So if you love the game of golf and you can play, and you're not injured to the point where you can't play, you should play, because that's part of being a golf professional. That's part about being healthy, and that's one of those things that I think you get in such a rut that becomes the norm. So,
unfortunately, you're exactly dead on with that one.
Yeah. With you too?
Yep.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
I play so poorly now. It's embarrassing to go out.
Yeah.
It really is. And I don't know. It's hard to enjoy a game when you're when you're embarrassed out there.
What about because you're at Monarch, what about if you go to the challenge course and you're using start at the first couple front tees like we tell everybody, and then kind of work your way back a little bit?
Yeah, I should practice what I preach.
You get the feel of the shots. You get the.
Actually, I do play it every once in a while with my wife.
Yeah,
we'll
that's cool.
And that's nice
awesome.
being with her.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
My game still sucks.
I would love to say with my New Year's resolution that my wife is going to come play with me, but she will not play golf. She's a perfectionist, so she won't.
Oh, wrong sport to play.
Yeah. She's good at it, but unless it's a par, she's not happy. I'm like, wow, you're going to be really miserable during this whole game. But so that's the morning PM.
Oh, I got to brag on my niece
Yes.
real quick. Took her out, gave her a quick lesson last week, and took her out on the challenge course. And first hole she ever played in her entire life, she makes birdie.
Okay, did she stop?
She hit 7-iron, about 20 feet, makes the putt, and she makes birdie. And we were all excited. There was even a greenskeeper out there clapping for her. It was fantastic.
Oh, that's cool. How old is she?
Oh, 9 maybe?
Oh, my gosh, man. That is
And,
awesome. She should stop. She'd be 1 under for the rest of her life.
For life.
Oh, so cool. Well, thank you guys for joining us here on Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Don't forget you can join us also on iTunes by downloading our app. Download any show you want. You can also visit golftalkradio.com. Live streaming on ESPNradio1280.com or BakersfieldESPN.com. Want to let you guys know Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy is sponsored by Health IQ, an insurance company that helps health-conscious people like runners, cyclists, weightlifters, and vegetarians get lower rates on their life insurance. Go to healthiq.com/golf talk. You qualify for.
You think I'd qualify?
I bet you would.
You're a funny boy.
You never know, David. You're an athlete, man. You never know. We'll be right back. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on the Golf Talk Radio Network. Stay with us.